Hey team, we're back in Otago after a wild time on the west coast. But this episode we're getting the caravan checked over by Luke at Adventure Caravans in Cromwell. We get blown away by the extreme northwest winds the South Island's known for, and I take the kids on a trail run. In our jockey wheel it craps itself, which leaves us with some problem solving to do as there ain't no replacements anywhere near here. But it's been a couple of weeks since the last video because we've been away from the caravan. If you don't follow our Facebook or our Instagram, you might have missed the news that my granddad sadly, who lived in Napier, passed away on the 21st of September. He did live a full, long and healthy life until his last months. We were able to purchase some compassionate airfares on Air New Zealand, which is a flat rate of $169 per person per flight. And I tell you this just in case you're ever in a situation where you need to fly to a funeral or a medical emergency. So we drove to Dunedin and we flew to the North Island to say our goodbyes to Grandad and to take the opportunity to visit with family and friends, which was well overdue. Travelling down to the South Island sometimes feels like you're in another country because travelling between the two islands is so expensive, especially last minute. But let's begin this episode. Hi everyone, we have moved to the NZMCA park in Cromwell, the one that's in town. It's this humongous space here and you're only allowed 10 vehicles because of the resource consent. But we're the only ones here, which is nice. We'll show you around soon. So many trees for the kids to climb, so they'll be pretty entertained while we're here. A lot of the freedom camping areas around here are very quiet, even Lowburn, which is a real busy one. I only saw a few caravans there. But this NZMCA park is got no one here, but it is pretty windy out there, man. The caravan is going to be so covered in dust after just an hour or two, I reckon. So at this stage the jockey wheel is still working and our good old caravan levelling trick to make sure we're level.
Such a warm day. We're on our way to town to go and get some real fruit ice cream. Just got to battle the wind, get blown away.
Every morning I just watch you drown. Another daughter treading water in this town. You're the reason that I'm even here, but just surviving ain't enough to stick around. Ooh, aren't you dying? Ooh, aren't you dying to get out of here? Ooh, I'm just trying to get you to run.
You got a better experience.
What flavour did you order?
Strawberry and banana.
Looks good.
Classic.
What are you getting, Toby? Are you getting one of those ones instead? Are you sure?
He's getting the
Nice that it's feeling a bit like summer to get an ice cream on a nice, warm, windy day. How's your one, Toby?
Yum.
caramel fruit.
What? No.
Caramel fruit ice cream. Sweet, so rainy day here on Cromwell. We are checking out our caravan, getting things like the wheels, bearings, brakes all serviced so that we're safe. We've been travelling on the road just over a year now, so it's about time we got all that stuff looked at, make sure we're travelling safely down the road. Interested as well to see what they reckon on the wear and tear, like how, whether things are looking as they should after that much travel. Sweet, so this is Luke. I looked him up on Google, Adventure Caravans here in Cromwell. So this is the fella gonna have a look and make sure things are looking okay on the caravan. So what are we doing, Luke?
Well, we're gonna jack up each wheel. We'll do a wheel bearing check with a bar, check for any movement, because it's a big thing in bearings. And then from there, we'll strip everything off and we'll start going through everything. Because you always get a wee bit of movement, especially the amount of work you guys have been doing. So yeah, we'll just check it out and I'd say everything should be pretty good. It's looking pretty good underneath. And we might just do a few wee tinker bits here and there, but other than that, just a safety check for you so you can carry on. Yeah, and you just got to be real careful because on these no-lock nuts, like yes, they're not meant to let go, but that you don't put too much pressure on them, right? Because say you're cranking into Mavora Lakes or something like that, right? On a corrugated bit of road, and you've nipped them up too tight, it's real fine art, because otherwise you could have one of them ping off, and like that's what we'd seen on this other van. Everything had come loose, and it was just a matter of just
adjusting stuff.
Yeah. I recommend if you're in a camping ground or a nice roll underneath it every now and again. I always do with our van. I'll climb underneath and I'll just go around and wiggle on things like and just check, because you never know.
So we've had our brakes looked over in the past. It seemed things weren't feeling right. We just didn't have enough brakes. And if you've been watching a while, you know brakes, especially hot brakes on a big long downhill, is a real post-traumatic stress issue for me. So I was looking forward to what these guys' view was on the wear and tear here, especially because initially the brakes on our Caravan just didn't seem to be grabbing properly or evenly.
Oh yeah, there is. Shit. Yes, I feel that, Mike. So run your right, so go right to the outer edge, so go from there to there. That really should actually be
smoothish.
Yeah.
It comes, and does that suck onto that?
Yeah, so electro-magnet, so it'll get magnet, then it'll grab on and then pull itself out like that.
Yeah, see the shoe moving?
Yeah. And then
the shoe. Yeah.
Is it supposed to do this inside each eye?
Yeah, the shoe. Yeah, so then the shoes then go out onto your inner lip here of the drum. Yeah. Right? And then they do the thing. And see, like,
looks like it's been braking on the magnet, not the...
Yeah, not the shoe. Actually.
There's like no wear.
Yeah, see, that's really nice.
There's no wear in that at all. Right over this a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. That seems something like it shouldn't do that. Yeah,
okay, so you reckon that the magnet is like doing
the braking?
Yeah, it's doing too much work than what it should be.
So how do you fix that?
I'd take photos and go back to them. Should it be doing this? And if they say yeah, then
yeah. Because in my experience, like, look at that magnet, like, look at the wear over it, right? And look at those lips, right? See there, look at that. That's sharp as there. It's like you bloody cut your cheese with it.
That one's a heap better. It's virtually smooth compared to the other one.
Like, there's a wee bit there, but nothing.
So good to get that feedback. I really
untoward
don't know what I'm looking for. It just means that we've got more wear and tear on the front, and something out of the ordinary has taken place, but this drum will still be fine for a while. Few issues getting some of those nuts off, so we'll got them to the right tension this time.
Big time, yeah, real bad. Hey, there's one pet hate is people doing up wheel nuts way too tight. Like, as you can see that other corner, how tight that was, swinging on a big bar.
He broke a couple, eh?
Yeah, he broke a couple of sockets.
Broke a couple of sockets trying to get the wheel nuts loose.
Wasn't until we got the snap-on gear out they managed to survive. But like, you imagine if you're on the side of the road, and you're trying to do that.
We never would have got it off. Even a mechanic probably wouldn't have.
Oh yeah, like, well, you seen the rattle gun even wouldn't crack him. So then now, with all these set to their correct torque settings, just how much you don't actually really have to put on them, just enough, Obviously then check them again when you get down the road. The fact we've had all the wheels off, just with your wheel brace, just check them. But other than that, you should be sweet.
All right, let's hear what the damages are. What do you reckon, Mark? Caravan wearing all right?
That front axle's definitely had a lot of action there at some point, and I'd be saying it'd be with a brake imbalance. So then it would be loading up those two front wheels, as we've seen from the damage or the wear, especially on the drums. That you should be able to run your hand over it and have a fairly smooth surface, right? Yeah. Where that magnet has been doing way too much work, which it's then gouged that magnet out, and then the drum. Passenger's front axle, way worse than this offside, but still enough. But then the rear axle, beautiful. That's how it should be. Yeah. Right. Everything, as you've seen, everything was nice and smooth. It's done its job. So potentially a brake imbalance at early stages of this Caravan's life on that front axle. Yeah. And it's been doing more work than the other. And then two real tight wheel nuts is a real trick for people. Yeah. The amount of times I've been out on the side of the road in my years and found someone that they can't undo wheel nuts. Another reason to have them torqued and check them properly, Yeah. But all in all, everything else is pretty good. We'll check the water tanks. That's another common one that we see things coming loose over time.
Yeah.
Important not to knit them up too tight because they're on those threaded rods coming down that you can put too much pressure on and snap them as well.
Yeah.
So just a check of them. But other than that, yeah, I reckon you should be pretty sweet. And if you do end up going down the road of wheel bearing kit, 40 odd bucks a kit per side, and then you've got it in your toolbox in case you get caught. That's another thing. But other than that, mate, she's all cool.
Good to get that feedback. This wasn't a sponsored service or anything like that. I like supporting family-run businesses who generally have a high level of care and attention to detail. This is our home, so we want to make sure that we're safe as we move from place to place, and I highly recommend Luke if you're ever in the area. Good morning from the Flat Hill Conservation Area, or the Butcher's Dam. Me and the kids are going to go and do a run up in the hills, so it's gone for a walk out on the cycle trail. We're in for some colder weather tomorrow, so we thought we'd better get out. I have not charged this battery, it's only on 40%, so hopefully we get enough footage to show you some good views down to the Clutha River on the other side. Well, that was a good 7.5 kilometre loop. Such beautiful landscape, so different, having all those rocks and awesome seeing the snowy top mountains. Hopefully they'll get a bit more snow. Alright team, we have a little bit of a problem here. We are trying to hook up the Caravan and this jockey wheel has got so stiff that we've blown a cog out of it and we can't unhook properly. She's gone. Just gonna loosen this off and hopefully
we just fall onto the truck.
Yeah. Doing this was just loosening the cage the jockey wheel was in, but creating flex, which likely was going to break something else. So best to get out our Caravan jack to take the weight off.
Now. There you go. Free the jockey wheel. Poor jockey wheel. RIP.
Oh gosh, hopefully this is going to be enough. Just mate.
Kids have done a great job of unbearing the jack. Well done, kids.
Thank you.
Packing back up again.
Right, I've given Luke a call, the guy that did our service, and he's making some contacts with maybe the boat people in Cromwell. Maybe they'll have a spare jack, but I've done a few phone calls because it's quite a specific jockey wheel that we need. Lucky we're not on the west coast. So we're not going to have any luck finding a replacement jockey wheel, unfortunately. But next time we're at the highly recommended free camp at Pinders Pond, enjoying some early summer weather, warm, sunny and still, while still managing with a jack that's not feeling so stable. This episode feels like it's not my best work, sorry. Been a hectic couple of weeks for our family. But thanks for journeying with us on our adventures, and we'll see you next time.